Good day. It is June the 5th, and today we continue in Ruth 4, doing verses 14, or Ruth 3, doing verses 14 through 18. I forgot to write the chapter number down. And Proverbs 5. Remember, if you'd like to be tagged when I post these videos, or if you have any questions, comments, concerns, suggestions, complaints, or anything else, you may reach me through 810-242-2997. That's 810-242-2997. You can call, text, leave a message, whichever you like. Begin Ruth 3, starting at verse 14. So she lay at his feet until morning, and she rose before one could recognize another. Then he said, "Don't let it be known that the woman came to the threshing floor." 15. Also he said, "Bring the shawl that is on you and hold it." And when she held it, he measured 6 ephahs of barley and laid it on her. Then she went into the city. 16. When she came to her mother-in-law, she said, "Is that you, my daughter?" Then she told her all the man had done for her. 17. And she said, "These 6 ephahs of barley he gave me," he said to me, "do not go empty-handed to your mother-in-law." 18. Then she said, "Sit still, my daughter, until you know how the matter will turn out, for the man will not rest until he has concluded the matter this day." Okay, Ruth spent the night with Boaz, and she got up. It's still dark. They can't recognize each other. That's how dark it was. 14. So she lay at his feet until morning, and she arose before they could recognize another. Then he said, "Do not let it be known that the woman came to the threshing floor." This is consideration and good sense. Don't want to start gossips, even though nothing happened. And he said, this is verse 15, "Bring the shawl that is on you and hold it." And she held it, and he measured 6 ephahs of barley and laid it upon her. Then she went into the city. The shawl is like a large wrap. This is actually 6 measures, not ephahs. What 6 ephahs is like 6 bushels, and that way it could weigh up to 300 pounds. So I don't think it was that. 6 measures. Remember, it got fit inside the shawl, so it's uncertain exactly how much it was. Probably just a bushel or 2. 16. When she came to her mother-in-law, she said, "Is that you, my daughter?" Then she told her all the man had done for her. So Naomi goes, "How'd it go?" And Ruth told her. 17. And she said, "These 6 ephahs of barley he gave me," or 6 measures, "he gave me. For he said to me, 'Do not go empty-handed to your mother-in-law.'" This is also like a wedding gift or a dowry. You know. And verse 18. Then she said, "Sit, my daughter, until you know how the matter will turn out. For the man will not rest until he has concluded this matter this day." Naomi recognized he's going to, he says, he's going to take care of it this day one way or another. This is just waiting until we see what happens. Proverbs 5. "Now, therefore, O ye children, hearken unto me, and depart not from the words of my mouth." In other words, listen up and do what I tell you. Oops, I'm starting at verse. Oops. I lost the first 6 verses. Well, we're going to start at verse 7 then. Yep, we're going to start at verse 7. "Now, therefore, O ye children, hearken unto me, and depart not from the words of my mouth. Remove thy way far from her, and come not nigh to the door of her house. Stay away from her. 9. Lest thou give thy vigor to others, and thy years unto the cruel." You'll be working for others. 11. And thou moan when thine end cometh, when thy flesh and thy body are consumed, they'll work you to death. And say, how I have hated instruction, and my heart despised reproof. Neither have I hearkened to the voice of my teachers, nor inclined my ear to them that instructed me. I didn't listen to anybody. I thought I knew everything. I was well nigh evil, and all evil in the midst of the congregation and assembly. I was the evil in there. They were trying to help me, but I was evil. 15. Drink waters out of their own cistern, and running waters out of their own well. Stay home. Lest thy springs be dispersed abroad, and courses of water in the streets. 17. Let them be only thine own, and not a stranger's with thee. Let thy fountain be blessed, and have the joy of the wife of thy youth. Stay with one woman, your wife. 19. A lovely hind and graceful doe, let her breast satisfy thee at all times. With her love be thou ravished always. 20. Why wilt thou, my son, be ravished with a strange woman, and embrace the bosom of an alien? Why would you go out for hamburger when you got flaming young and steak at home? 21. For the ways of a man are before the eyes of Yahweh, he is, and he maketh even all his paths. His own iniquity shall ensnare the wicked, and he shall be holden with the cords of the sin. In other words, you do it to yourself. He shall die for lack of instruction in the greatness of his folly. I hope you've been blessed by this reading, such as it was. I'll try and find the first 6 verses for next time. I hope you... Anyways, hope you've been blessed by this reading. May you be richly blessed. Remember, if you'd like to contact me, you may reach me through 810-242-2997. That's 810-242-2997. You can call, text, leave a message, whichever you like. Remember, Jesus loves you, and so do I.